So various kinds of attributes are there. So what I started by saying is, by default any attribute would be a display attribute. You can make it as a navigational, but some attributes are there which cannot be navigated, like key figures and units. So they are called purely display or exclusive attributes. Or any other characteristic, if you want to make it as an exclusive attribute, you have to select the checkbox. This under the general tab will have a checkbox attribute only. So you have to select that explicitly in order to make your any characteristic as an exclusive attribute. Okay, then different tables I showed you, right? What all tables are being created when different types of attributes we are using. Now, navigational attribute. Before talking about navigational attribute, let us see the display attribute. So, in our cube scenario only, we loaded customer's master, the ship to party's master data. So taking that example itself. Now, while designing this info object, we added the attributes. They are display attributes. Fine. So the master data, I am loading to ship to party, or am I loading to address and country? To which one am I loading the master data, the attributes master data?
Ship to party, right?
Obviously. So let us see that. You can see this is the data. These many records are there. Ship to party, address, country. So my question is, I am loading directly to ship to party as you said, but will country hold any data of US, UK, or is it purely just a container? It does not hold anything, but just meant to keep it.
A container, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah, in this case, because it's not the main target, it's just an additional attribute, right? So the main, but these all data, the 542, the ship to party numbers, it will be stored within the ship to party, right? Within the ship to party info object, master data tables.
Yeah. Yeah.
Likewise, does the address get stored in address table, address master data tables?
Yeah. Right.
Just think about it. The same question I'm putting.
No.
Am I loading to address? Does it get stored in address info object master data tables? It doesn't, right?
Yeah.
I'm not loading these entries, these records into address directly. I'm loading it to ship to party. So can I say that my ship to party will contain not only the ship to party values, but the attributes also.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you let us see that. In the maintain screen for ship to party. Let us click on that. These entries, we have already loaded the data, so it should reflect over here. It is reflecting over here. So this is nothing but we are seeing the underlying tables only. The maintain screen which we are seeing is nothing but the underlying table only. So in this case, these are time independent attributes. So for time independent, whether it is a display or navigational attribute, where the data will be there in a P table. So if I want to check in the underlying table, I should check it in the P table. Okay, so go to the P table. It's showing the same thing, right? In the underlying table.
Right.
Okay. The reason why I am specifying on the underlying tables, you will come across that in the next session. The reason is there is one field called version. A means active version of the record. So records also can be in modified version, active version. So to cross check whether a particular loaded data record is in modified version or active version. If a loaded data is in modified version, it will not be available for reporting, right? Sometimes we have loaded the data, but it is not available for reporting. User will complain that I'm not seeing the current data. So at that moment you have to come to this table to cross check and confirm whether there are any modified version of records. So that's why specifically this table is of more importance, because it gives you the version field. This version field is not given in the maintain screen. In the maintain screen, directly the main object and attributes it is giving. So it will not be that clear in case of any discrepancies whether the record is active or not, unless you go to the underlying table and check. Now, let us see the dependent objects, master data. So the dependent object is address. So even though I have loaded master data to ship to party, I am going to check whether address contains any master data. Again, I have to check in the address. Maintain screen, right? I have come to address. In the maintain screen, if I check, I will get an overview, or I can go to the underlying table. Check. So in address maintain screen, I am clicking. As we discussed, it is just a container. It doesn't hold any data, even though we have loaded data. that we have loaded to the main object. So the main object is containing ship to party is containing the ship to party data as well as the attributes data, but the attributes themselves are not containing anything. Check country as well. You can see even country is not. Now the main point why I'm going in such detail is this info object, the ship to party. I'm using it in the cube, right? While designing our cube, we use the ship to party. So just go back to your cube definition. You can see I'm using ship to party in the cube. So am I including only ship to party or even those attributes will be included? If you take the cube design, I'm just including only the ship to party because my transactional data is not having these attributes, right? Like address and country. Only my transactional data file was having only ship to party material and other information. So, but on the report on this cube, let us see. I'm opening an already created report on top of this. Now my point is the attributes are not a part of your cube, but while designing report, can I include the attributes in the report? We can include it, right? That's the main purpose of storing master data and transaction data separately.
Right.
So whatever existing master data is there, that can be used even in the transaction data reports.
Yeah.
So ship to party, if I expand, I am finding attributes like address and country. That I can include it over here. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either you include it, or even if you don't include also, user can still access the attributes in his report. It's not compulsory for you to include it. So we'll see this. This is the query, right, on the queue. So open it. You also know, right, whatever extra things we want, we are keeping in the free characteristics. They won't be shown in the initial output, but you can add them as a drill down later on. So initially only ship to party, material, plant, posting date, and the key figures will be seen. You can see ship to party, material, plant, posting date, and the key figures. Only this information we are able to see it. Now my point is, what user can do, right click, properties, attributes, he can add country, he can add address, then he can see the address and country for the corresponding ship to party. This will help him in his analysis. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So the master data attributes are there. They are display purpose. So that's why we are able to use them for display purpose only. But my point is, user is again in what we have added couple of other things in the free characteristics over here, fiscal year, period, and customer PO type. He can include that, add drill down according to. In this way he can include, or filter button, if he clicks, additional options here he is finding, you can just drag and drop it. When you drag and drop, you will find a circle as well as a rectangle is coming. Circle means it replaces that field. Rectangle means it adds beside that. So depending on whatever you want, whether you want to replace that column or you just want to add beside that column. So now you can see that beside that column it got added. Now while doing further analysis, he might want to see only data related to this customer purchase order type. So he can put filter, okay, or one step back. Now you put the filter in a better way. So right click, select filter value. So out of the available values for this purchase order type, I am just putting the filter only for, you can click on more also. So if I select this, it's going. So I'm selecting a filter for this one. So as a part of my analysis, I have used all the extra fields and I am doing some analysis. Now just like that, the address and country also I have used extra for analysis. I have added them for drill down. But can I filter on country? Can I filter on address is my question. If you see, I am filtering on country, but am I getting country names or ship to party names?
Ship to party.
The reason is country is not a target. Country is not having any master data. It is just a container. It's a display attribute. You can use it only for display purpose, but you cannot use it for further analysis, filtering, any sorting, anything. Sorting you can use, but for filtering you cannot use. So is it a drawback from a reporting point of view that user is able to see it but unable to filter? He might want to see according to country, he might want to see certain analysis, right?
Right.
So in order to achieve that, the attribute should be a navigational attribute. Only then you can achieve it. What you ultimately want to do is, you want to do all functionality on the object, keep thinking the object to behave as an individual object. Here it is a display attribute, it does not have any data, so it cannot behave as an individual object, country. But I want it to behave as an individual object. I want to do all the functionalities on that, filtering, all those things, restrictions, filtering, and so many things on that. So in that case, that attribute should be a navigational attribute. Clear or any doubt?
Clear.
Clear. And moreover, in the report, if you want to use this, like I want to show country in the initial screen, but address I want him to see later on. So I want to put country. Address I want to show later on, but it is not coming in the free characteristics, because address is not an individual object by itself. It is always used along with ship to party. It's a display attribute to ship to party, but ship to party is already there over here, so you can add it under here only, or you put ship to party and the entire stuff over here. The attributes, the display attributes are coming along with the main object. They don't have an existence on their own. But our concern is we want to work separately. User wants to analyze separately on the country. So it needs to have its existence of its own. It needs to have the data. So once country will also have the data, at that point it can behave as individual object. So now, having all this discussion, what I have to do in order to have the additional functionalities on country, what should I do to country? Make it as a navigation, right?
Right.
Okay, when I am making any object as a navigational, the naming convention will be main object _ this object. So if you don't give any description, only this one will show in the report, it will be confusing to the user. What that field is, he can't understand. So that's why you have to give the description as well. Then you activate.
So this will show up.
Yeah. So now system is giving a message that it is being switched on. So click on the long text. See what exactly is happening. Just go through this one carefully. Until here you go through. Okay. So what it is saying is the navigational attribute is a new, like we are just enabling it, but we have already loaded data to ship to party. So all the country data has gone to ship to party. That country information should now fall into this country, in this country object, right?
Right.
The master data tables of country, when they were a display attribute, they did not contain any data. That's why it was not showing as an individual object. It was not, we were unable to work with it. Now since we want to work as an individual object, that should also have master data. So system is saying whatever values are there in the main object related to this one, everything will be populated into the country master data tables. So when activating, just read this one.
So many things first. This one, okay,
So now I am modifying the ship to party, the attribute property I am changing, and I am activating ship to party. But what happens now is, since I have made it as a navigational attribute, the country master data will be filled during this activation. Whatever missing entries are there, they are being filled, they will be filled. So system is saying if your main object is having lot of master data, if there are thousands of ship to party or millions of ship to parties, and I have to enabling an attribute and I am activating it, the so many thousands and millions needs to be loaded to the country master data table. It would take time, so that's why you can activate in background. Adoption system is skipping.
so why take long
So
time to create a SID?
So many objects are there, right? So many entries. Now only 10 entries are there in our case. 10 entries. These all country data will be loaded into the country object in our case now. But if there are thousands and millions, it will take time for all the entries to be loaded to the country.
Okay.
So that's why you have an option activate in background. In our case, it's not required. So you just check. I will keep open the country master data tables. This is the country master data table, right? Just check it. It is blank. Let us activate this one. Whatever missing entries are there in country master data table, all are being loaded now to country master data. You can see filling the attribute SID tables. One message came. Now you check. Did it get populated as per the discussion? Whatever missing entries were there in the country master data table, everything got populated. You can check the activation log, what happened. Read this one. New SIDs for attributes successfully determined. Attribute SID table filled successfully. Also, check the same message again. Just read this one. So that's why what happened is when activating, missing entries are automatically inserted. That is what happened. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this country can have a data flow of its own, right? We can load attributes, we can load master data to the country separately. Is it possible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, let us see. Now, I will, now since we have switched on navigational attribute, we can't see the navigational attribute property immediately. We have to switch it on in the info provider level also. Just to refresh over here. Wherever info provider, whether it's a DSO, cube or a multi-provider or anywhere, just let me refresh sessions. You see now under navigational attributes there is a folder. So corresponding to whatever info objects we are using, the navigational attributes related to that automatically will list over here. Clear?
You say list where?
Under this navigational attribute folder.
Okay. Okay.
automatically system will determine out of the involved objects whether any attributes are the navigational attributes, it will list over here. So you have to switch it on over here as well. Only then you can make use of it in reporting.
So by default is not available?
So yeah, it's not available. So switch on navigational attribute at info object level, then at info provider level also. To achieve the benefit in reporting. So now it has been added to this. It is just it's like if you display data in the cube, it will show the data even for this one. But doesn't mean that country information is stored in the cube. It is just fetching it from master data and showing it to you, as it would do during reporting. You can see country is populated, but that doesn't mean that country is loaded in the cube. Cube is not storing. What's the use if it is stored everywhere? Like this cube I am enabling it. There are 10 other cubes. If I am enabling in over 10 other cubes, if it is maintained in 10 other cubes, what's the use? It should be reusable, right? So that's why it is not maintained in the cubes. It just shows, but it's fetching from the master data and showing to you when you display data over here. Likewise, now refresh your design, query design. So now I want to make use of filtering on the country. It's not reflecting correctly as of now. So just disconnect and connect, because backend change, it would not reflect in the query designer. Create menu query. So did we see query design any time before, or it's the first time?
You did one, I think, yes, the last session, but you went there quickly,
Yeah.
but you didn't go through in detail.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just explain the query designer basics as well. So in query designer, you will have the menu bar option wherein you can create a new query, you can open an existing query. So many options are there. The same options, and also you have a toolbar, a view and standard toolbar. So those toolbars are nothing but these. So whatever options are you are seeing in the menu bar, you can see over here also the new, create a new query, open a existing query, save query, check query, like that. So many options are there. So this is about the various buttons. So here it is divided into 4 areas. Left side it will show you info provider. Whatever info provider you selected, it will show you in the left hand side all the key figures. Even though forget about the DSO or cube or anything, it just lists as a key figure. Under key figure, all your key figures it will show. Under dimensions, all your characteristics it will show. But since it is a cube and it was properly organized under dimensions within the cube, under each what all dimensions you created, the objects are shown like that. Now you take an example of the DSO. So this is one of the DSO. So create a new query on DSO. So whenever you are creating new query, you have to search the object. So give the object or its description, select the checkboxes and find. This is what your object. Now you can see, even though it is a DSO, all key figures under key figure, all characteristics under dimensions. But still, since it is a DSO, it will show as key part, data part, because we have key fields, data fields. If you are checking our characteristic info provider, it doesn't have a key figure, but still system is giving a key figure called number of records. It shows us total number of count if you use this in reporting, and it shows the attributes and the key part. For ship to party, the key part is ship to party, attributes are the country and address. This is how it looks like. Now going back to queue. Whenever you are dealing with any objects in the query designer or BEX analyzer, you have a option over here. How to display them? Only the description, only the technical name and description. So wherever you feel, like in the query designer or in the analyzer, there are so many numerous places. If you want to see a specific way, you choose the option and then you can see it in that way. Now this is about the info provider screen on the left hand side. It shows us the info provider and all the involved info objects. Then you have a filter and rows and columns. Under filter you have two options. Default values, characteristic restrictions. We will see what the difference between both. Under rows and columns you have four options: rows, columns, free characteristics and preview. Usually all characteristics we will be placing under rows. Mostly. We can put key figures also under rows, but mostly this is the pattern we follow. All key figures under columns. Based on that, you will get a preview. So for now, ship to party I want. The sales order. the material they purchased, and all the price related information. So based on what I place, the preview I can see. So if I feel that the preview is matching my report requirement, I can go ahead with it. Okay. Now, all fields you cannot give to user in the first output itself, because it will be confusing for him. Whatever he wants, you give it. Later on he will be navigating using certain things, right? Those things you give later on, like posting date, purchase order type, plant, the fiscal period. Like this you can give it to him in the free characteristics, which will not show initially but can be used for further navigation. Now, since we have enabled navigation attribute, you can see country also available. Just switch on this technical names. It is your navigational attribute, the double underscore. So you are seeing the difference. Address is a display attribute. It is not showing individually. Country is a navigational attribute that has its own master data. It is being shown individually. Now I can use country as a separate object because it has its own master data. Clear with this point?
Yeah.
I have chosen all the objects. Now in the right hand side you will get a properties box. For each object you will have a property. For key figure, let us see. For characteristic, what is the name and description? You can see standard text. Standard text means it is getting the property from info object, the description. Otherwise, I can give my own description over here. This is also possible. If I select this again, it will revert back to standard description. How you want to display the object? As a key, as a text. Key means the value, text means the description. If you have loaded text to anything, you use text. Otherwise, only key. Then plant. Basic default description and from the info object level is plant. Key and text, let me put key, only key. Like this we have option. Now here, ship to party coming to this. I have kept as key and text because we have loaded key as well as text. I can just keep it as a key. Result rows, display. We can have subtotal, grand total concept. For each row you can have a total, or entire you can have total. So subtotal, grand total. So On the whole I want a total. So for ship to party I am saying result row display. But for sales order I say result row suppress. For material, let us say, let us keep it as display, we will see the difference. Okay, and material I am keeping it as sales order, I am keeping it as text. Why by default for sales order and for most of the things it is coming as text is, if you go to the info object, check in the info object level, under Business Explorer tab, basic properties will be defined by default. So here it is defined that by default it is displays text. It is not key or key and text. So usually we will not hard code anything, any property in the info object level, because the same object can be used in multiple ways. Someone can see key, someone can see text. So that's why we leave it as it is. It is system automatically derives this while creating, but in the query level you can change it. I am keeping it as only text, result rows suppress, key figure, again you have an option to hide, can be shown or always hide. Now save it. You have a message box over here, it is very important. That is the one which guides you. Any mistakes it will guide you. While saving it will give you this one. This is nothing but the current timestamp, 24th April current time. I'm just defining like this. And the naming convention will be info cube underscore q and 3 zeros 1. For the first one it is 1, for second one it will be 2, like that. And now you are saving them under your favorites. In real world you will get a folder called roles. Under roles also you can save it. Just observe the message box. It says saved successfully. So everything is fine. If you want to again explicitly check, you can use this option, check query. Okay, now run this. Under favorites, you have saved it. You choose this. If you would have saved under roles, user would have gone to his role, under that he would have found it. Roles is nothing but restriction. Some reports need not be seen by everyone. Only a person having authorization can see it. So if you place it under that role, only the person having authorization to his user ID can see it. Okay, now you can see for material we kept result rows display. So that's why a subtotal is coming. For sales orders we didn't keep. If you can remove this, suppress, so subtotal won't come. But ship to party we said result rows display. A grand total is coming for ship to party. Like this. Now sales order, even though we gave it as a text, it is still showing the value only, because whenever you remember, if text is not available, it will show the key itself. You choose key and text, it will clearly differentiate and tell you. Since text is not loaded for sales order, it is showing same key even if you select as a text. For material we have loaded text, so you can enable text. Even material text is also not there. At least ship to party we have loaded, I think. You can see whatever text available it is showing. If text was not available, it would have shown the values itself. Okay, fine. Now, is it bringing entire data from the cube or only the portion of data? Yes? What do you say?
Portion of data, right? Only
Entire data from cube or? No, for this set of fields, whatever I have chosen, is it bringing entire data or only portion?
portion for the ship to party only, right? For only.
I mean to say,
one.
there are many ship to parties, only a couple of ship to party it is bringing, or all the ship to parties in the queue?
You have it should pull like whatever is in there, right? No.
Correct. So
Yeah.
you can see over here, let us check the number of row count also we can check over here, number of output number of hits in the back end. If I select this, there will be a column will come. This one row count. You can just summarize it. (1,127) entries are there. So even in our output also, those many entries. If you remove the initial few 13, around 15 rows, if you remove for this header and other thing, 15 minus 1142, same thing, right? minus 15, 21127. So it is bringing the entire data. So why it is bringing entire data is, if you go into the filter, you can see automatically everything is coming over here. We have not placed anything under default values. It shows us the default values, nothing but whatever I place under rows, columns, on the free characteristics, everything it shows under the default values, all the fields. So this means that for each of these field, it is bringing the entire data, the default value from the master data as well as the transaction data. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Likewise, I have hidden couple of key figure, right? For net price, I said always hide. For sales quantity, hide can be seen. So you can check that as well. So you are seeing only vendor price. Under filter, if you remove that restriction, it will show up the other box, net price. That is, it was hidden but it can be shown. But sales quantity, it is completely hidden. It is not possible to see on the report side. So this is about the basics of query designer. Now, if I want to see only data related to ship to party 151, there are many ship to parties, 157, 422, so many numbers are there. If I want to see data only related to this one, 151, that is nothing but this Colombia, what ideally I should do in the query side?
I can filter it, right? There was a filter. Can I filter it to just?
Yeah, that's what we have to do. Okay, so now also we are in the filter tab only, but it is showing me all the default values. So it is right now not filtered. What I can do is right click on ship to party, restrict. Filtering is nothing but restricting.
Okay.
So here what I am doing is restricting characteristic by characteristic. This difference you have to remember. I am restricting characteristic by a characteristic. This is called filtering. So it is showing me the list of all the possible entries for the ship to party from its master data. Now I want only 151. Again, as I told, in this screen also you can see only description, only key and description. I want only 151. So select it. You can select multiple values also. Okay, it is restricted now. Save it. Whatever changes in query level I am doing, after saving, carefully observe it is successfully saved or not. So you still have a doubt, click on check query. Everything is fine. Now I am doing some changes on the front end level. so it will automatically reflect. I need not log off and log in. If I want to log off and log in, I have an option over here. Disconnect and connect. Now refresh the query again. I mean to say open the query again. Okay, now are you seeing only 151 customer, ship to party? Only those details you are seeing. But user wants to see other ship to parties later on. So you can click on filter. You can remove this one. Or if we want to see ship to party number 422, let us say. If he wants to see 422, give that number. He will see that. Otherwise, if he wants to see entire thing, he will remove that. He can see entire thing. So this is about the filter option in the default values. Now the same thing I can restrict in the characteristic restriction. So first to get the ship to party. Right click restrict. Recently we used, that's why it's showing in the history. Single values 151. Now just to remove this option, mean to say this restriction only. Okay, so default values nothing I am keeping only on the characteristic restrictions. Save it. Saved successfully. Execute the query again. This time again I will get only output related to 151 ship to party. But now if user wants to see other customers, he cannot see it. 422 he is seeing nothing, he can see. So whenever no data is there, it will say no applicable data. Whenever it cannot show any data, it says no applicable data. Okay, so now you understood the difference between filtering in the default values and filtering in the characteristic restriction. If I filter in characteristic restriction, only that data will be brought. So your report performance will be fast. Only that data it is bringing. Then later on further navigation, it can't show anything. But default values it also gets only limited data, so performance is okay. But it can show you other data later on. Clear?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So this is about the characteristic. Now we have included this one. I want to exclude this one. Apart from this, I want everything. Apart from this one and so if I want to exclude this one, here I have an option, exclude. Then this color also changes to this one. So this symbol means they are excluded. Again, if you want to include, click on this. So right now I am excluding. So apart from that 151 and the other value, rest all data will be shown. Okay, this is how it is. Now we are something like a hard coding we are doing on the query level, that you exclude this thing, you exclude that thing. But we can give a flexibility to user so that during reporting he can do whatever he can choose whatever he wants. So that also we will see. But before checking that, we saw single values, how to include, exclude. We will see where value ranges. Just whatever is not useful, select and click on left arrow. There are ranges like less than, greater than, equal to, or between. So between 151 and click on this one. Again, single values. 495. So this is inclusion. Inclusion of a range of values. Again, if I select this, exclusion of range of values. As per requirement, you choose it. Save it. Now open the query. A lot of functionalities. If you have practice, you will get used to this. So we can see only data from 151 to 447 is being shown. The other data is not listed. This is one of the option. Now coming back, I was saying that we are hard coding every time. Why can't we give user a flexibility to enter during runtime? So that is called a variable. It's a characteristic variable. On a characteristic you are creating it. So click on create button. So enter ship to party you want to see. Give a name. Even these are technical objects. So give a names like ZZ under VA variable underscore ship to. It's a type of characteristic, right? So characteristic variable. And processing. So there are different types of variables. Characteristic, just 5 to 10 minutes and then I will close the session. Characteristic variable, text variable, formula variable, hierarchy, hierarchy node variable. So different things like the query, whatever heading you are getting, you are seeing as per the description you saved while you designed the. While you saved the query, I gave the description as navigational attribute report. That is what I am getting as the column heading, as the main heading. Like, but in some cases you want dynamic heading, either on the total header or on each column you want a dynamic heading. If you are seeing a price only for April month, it should show price for April month, price for June month, like the dynamic headings are required. In case of any such dynamic headings, you will be using a text variable to get dynamic text. Formula variable. Okay. Can you calculate, like if I have a changed on date, created on date, so are these designed as characteristics or key figures, these fields? Changed on, created on.
Those are, is that key figure?
Characteristics usually we will design.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we won't do any, like mostly either we can, it's just part of a non-transaction kind of thing, it's a characteristic. But in some cases I want to see how many days it was closed, or created date, delivery date, or shipment date. There may be some data like this: order creation date, shipment date. So I would like to find out how much time it took from the day order created to the delivery. So I would like to calculate between this one. So I want the formula like delivery date minus created date. But since these are characteristics, I cannot do calculations. I can do calculations only on key figures. At that point, in a workaround situation, you can use formula variable to do calculations on characteristics. At query level. Hierarchy, again, whenever you are having hierarchies, multiple hierarchies will be there. Which hierarchy you want, you can give an option to the user to choose it. So these are different types of variables. Now, each variable will have a processing type. Variable processing types. Processing type is nothing but how is the data fed into this. In our case, we want to create a variable for ship to party. User will be entering the data for ship to party, right? So that's why the processing is manual input or default value. Through a coding also the value can be derived. That coding you can write it. in a customer exit. Through authorization. Authorization means a user is having access only to certain ship-to parties. So based on that, whatever is available to him will be processed. Replacement path. Output of one query will be input to another query, like this. So there are different ways in which how the data will be input into this variable, whether you are manually inputting it or through some code or based on authorization or based on output of something else. So this is called as variable processing types. That is manual input or default values through replacement path, customer exit, SAP exit, authorization. Replacement path means output of another report or calculation is input to this. So we are not entering anything in case of replacement path. That output will be taken as an input. The logic is in the code. In the user written code. That's why it is customer exit. Logic it is populated according to the logic in the given by the SAP. That is standard code. Okay. Authorization as per user roles. Okay, these are the things, the variable processing types. So for this one, in our case, I am just giving manual input. Nothing more to choose or do anything. Here you have option replacement path. This will be enabled when you are choosing processing type replacement path. Okay. Details. What the variable is. The variable you want to enter, like while we were restricting, we were restricted by single value, we restricted by multiple single values or by a range. That's what it is asking. What he can enter? He can enter a single value or several single values or an interval or selection option. Interval means greater than, less than, those things. Interval means equal to, between. Selection option means greater than, less than, those things. So right now I am giving single value. Variable is optional or mandatory. I am giving the variable optional. It is ready for input. This should be enabled because we are entering it, right? It is ready for input. In case of replacement path or any other thing, something else is populating the value. So at that point you can say not ready for input because we are not entering anything. But in this scenario, we are entering. Save it. So this variable will be created on a global level, on an info object level. This info object, if it is used in any other cube or any target, over there you can find it and make use of it. Okay. Variable created at info object level. Okay, you can see over here under ship to party, under variables, you can see the variable created. The list of values for this, the master data entries can also be seen. The attributes can also be seen. Okay, so I can directly do like this also, drag it, or I can use the normal process. Normal process like you place it, then restrict, as per the variables now. Save. So this time user is getting an option to enter the sales sold to party which he wants to see. You can see a pop-up is coming. So if he is not aware, he can click on this to see the list of entries. You can see, okay, these are the customers, these are the ship to parties, and then he can see it. So only a single value, because it is meant to hold single value. We defined it like that. Now after running this report, if he wants to run for any other customer, he should just click on this button beside the refresh, the variable screen. He need not reopen the report, just click on the variable screen, give another customer, another sold to party. So fine then. So I'll stop with this for today.
So one question, Arvind, do we have that Backquery
Yeah.
Designer part of the installation?
Yes, it will fall under your all programs. Here you will find Business Explorer.
Oh, Business Explorer. Okay.
Under this you will find it.
Okay. The Query
Query
Designer.
Designer and Analyzer. Yeah.
We just use a Query Designer, right? Not an Analyzer, is it?
Yes, yes. Yeah, both of them we used. To design we used Query Designer. To run the report we used Analyzer.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Good.
Fine then.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, Arvind, do you have the Friday recorded, the session recorded?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have already sent. Just
Oh,
check.
you are.
Navid, did you check?
Yeah, I got it. Is it,
Okay.
therefore, before your email, Arvind sent it.
Oh, is it? Okay. I will check that.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
On the Google.
Okay, guys.